Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice Radio. So today, we need to take a little bit of a look at the Ditto from Pokemon Go. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, the Ditto from Pokemon Go could end up being a little bit of a problem. You see, well, it's a little bit weird. Now, for those of you that may have forgotten, the Ditto from Pokemon Go, in my opinion, I called it like the best gimmick ever. And I believe that. I love the way they've done Ditto. And the way they've done Ditto is, well, the way Ditto is done in Pokemon Go. In Pokemon Go, you cannot catch a Ditto. You have to catch one of a variety of other Pokemon that then turn into a Ditto when caught. And that's exactly what happens with Pokemon Go, the card game. What happens is that you pull a card, the only one I've seen confirmed so far is Bidoof, and then it's got a little Ditto symbol next to the card number, and then you peel off as an actual sticker the Bidoof, and boom! Underneath, we find ourselves a Ditto. And it does seem like we finally had confirmation of which Pokemon can be Ditto, and I've lost the message, I'm really sorry, but one of you lovely ladies and gentlemen out there did actually send me a message predicting it was going to be Bidoof, Numel, and Spinarak, and that is exactly what it's ended up being. And there is a very good reason why they are the free Pokemon that could end up being Ditto, and the reason very simply is because they are the free Pokemon that can be Ditto in Pokemon Go, the video game, that have cards in Pokemon Go, the TCG set. And look, and I've said this before, I love the way that the Pokemon Go TCG set is feeling in many ways like Pokemon Go. I think the absolute pinnacle of that is having Pokemon that look like other Pokemon but are in fact Ditto, just like in the card game. And now, to actually have exactly those three, I should say the image on the screen is from the lovely Alpha TCG, lovely person who frankly has helped us out a bunch lately, and I'm very, very appreciative. And you can see there, if you look very closely, all of those cards shown on the screen do actually have the Ditto symbol in the bottom left-hand side. This is so cool! And I'm such a big fan of this, and this is amazing. But there is a little bit of a problem. Now, as it stands at the moment, it's only over in Hong Kong and Taiwan. It's only Chinese language cards that I've heard about this affecting it. But I had a message from the lovely HKG on Twitter this morning pointing us towards this note from Pokemon TCG Taiwan. Now, I don't read Chinese, although I do recognize some of the characters. It's far from perfect. I can occasionally fumble through. The good news is I don't need to, because the lovely HKG has gone and told us exactly what it means, because they do read Chinese, and that makes me very happy indeed. Important notice: Pokemon TCG Sword and Shield expansion, Pokemon Go Ditto card size defect. Thank you for the long support of our products. From the Pokemon TCG Sword and Shield Pokemon Go expansion released on the 17th of June, some cards have a high chance to appear with a defective card size. We will be exchanging this card. Details about method and schedule of exchange will be announced later. We are truly sorry for the inconvenience. The cards can be used normally in official tournament play, though we recommend the use of deck sleeves. Quality control will be enhanced to ensure the events like this do not occur again. Once again, we are truly sorry for the inconvenience caused, and shout out to HKG for letting us know about that, for doing the translation. That is a really lovely thing to do. I'm very, very appreciative. But this is a problem, and we'll talk about it more in a moment, but long story short, if Ditto was a terrible, unplayable card, this wouldn't be an issue. An example I use of this is Special Delivery Bidoof. Now, Special Delivery Bidoof is actually a legitimate card with a regulation mark which is legal for tournament play. But it's terrible. Not one or two cards away from being released that could actually make it good. No, Special Delivery Bidoof is terrible. But Special Delivery Bidoof has to be terrible. And the reason it has to be terrible is because it was a promo card that was released in limited numbers in the US only. So anyone in Europe can't get a hold of it. Anyone in Asia can't get a hold of it. And honestly, even if you're in the US, you could maybe get hold of one, because they emailed out codes to people and you could kind of get one each. But you'd have to now start spending a huge amount of money. If it was good, this card would end up being a ridiculous amount of money. It wouldn't work. You cannot have this. So it was terrible. The problem with Ditto is it isn't terrible. And look, I know we've had the translation and I read it to you and I paid attention when I did so. I know that it specifically says these cards can be used normally in official tournament play, though we recommend the use of deck sleeves. But HKG has shown us this image from a WhatsApp group, which clearly shows that Ditto is bigger than a Soul Rock. It is noticeably bigger than the Soul Rock. And I've played enough tournaments with enough people in enough different games to know you can't have that. Because that can be picked out of your deck. If you really want to pick that Ditto, if you're moderately good at shuffling, you can shuffle that Ditto to the top. If you're looking for an energy supporter card, etc., you can make sure to shuffle the Ditto away from the top so that you don't draw the Ditto. And of course, if you're not drawing a Ditto, that means that your chances of drawing what you're actually looking for are increased. And look, I know that we're not supposed to say this, and I know that I wouldn't do this. Like, genuinely, I wouldn't do this. I have no interest in cheating whatsoever. I play this game because I love this game and it's fun. But we all know that some people do, and this gives them an opportunity to do so. It gives an uneven playing field, and this could be a genuine problem. And you can sleeve the Ditto, but you're still going to be able to pick it out, because it's not going to sit in the sleeve the same as the others. Now, unsleeved, I don't see how. Again, it says, we recommend, and I trust the translation on this, we recommend the use of deck sleeves. It doesn't say you have to use them. Without deck sleeves, I don't see how you can play this card. With deck sleeves, I still think it's going to be able to be picked out, and that's a bit of a problem. How can we have tournaments where people are playing Ditto where you can potentially pick 4 of the cards out of your deck? I don't see how that can happen. Now, there's going to be an exchange, and here's the deal, right? When there is an exchange, it's not going to be a problem. Because when the exchange happens, then there's no excuse to have the old, bigger Ditto, so it's not a problem. Everyone will have the regular size Ditto, problem solved. That doesn't solve the problem today, though. And like I said earlier, if Ditto was a terrible card, it wouldn't be an issue, but Ditto isn't. It can use the attacks of any basic Pokemon in your discard pile, as long as they don't have rule boxes. So one of the combos I actually really like is the combo with the Magikarp from Pokemon Go, which incidentally, I noticed this while I was recording another video. It took me way too long to actually notice this. But the Magikarp from Pokemon Go's got a nice attack for 2 energy, 10 damage base plus 30 more for each Magikarp and Gyarados in your discard pile. So if you can have all 4 Magikarp in your discard pile, that means you can do an extra 30 damage. Plus, if I've always got 3 Magikarp in my discard, that means every time I get a Magikarp KO'd, I need to recover it, which is awkward. And also, Magikarp's got 30 HP and Ditto's got 70. If you believe in Magikarp as a rogue deck, and I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't, that's not the point. But if you believe in Magikarp as a rogue deck, Ditto is amazing. Ditto is legitimately amazing and makes that deck way better. Or we could look at something like Mad Party. Now, I'm not here to tell you that Mad Party is about to make a big resurgence in the game. I don't know. But I am telling you that if you want to play Mad Party, which has seen success here and there since release, this is a way better way to play it with Ditto rather than without Ditto, because your Mad Party Pokemon all have the attack Mad Party, 20 damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile that has the Mad Party attack. So clearly the best way to do this is get as many Pokemon as possible in the discard pile with Mad Party. And the best way to do that is get all of them in the discard. And although you can't copy Galarian, Mr. Rhyme, or Dedenne, not without that third energy, which is awkward, as long as you get a Bunnelby in the discard pile, you just need 2 colourless energy, which we all know is pretty easy, and then all of a sudden, you can be copying Bunnelby, which means you can be using Mad Party, and just like we said with Magikarp a moment ago, you don't have to worry about recovering a Mad Party dude every turn. You don't have to worry about losing that 20 damage because you've got one that's trying to attack rather than be in the discard. I'm not saying Ditto's going to be an amazing card, although I love it and I'm going to be playing around with it. But I am saying that it is not terrible. And because it is not terrible, then that makes it potentially a big issue. Now, like I've said, as it stands at the moment, I am only aware of this happening in Chinese language cards, not in any European languages, not in Japanese, etc. And they are going to replace them, and they have said they are tournament legal, but I can't help shaking the feeling that this could end up being a bit of an issue if this carries on. That's what I think, ladies and gentlemen. But now I want to hear from you guys. Do you think this could be a little bit of an issue? Or do you think it's all a little bit overblown? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.